The negative interest painting series portrays a chaptered experiment where pillars of totality are subjected to kinetic litmus test between elemental conditions of fire and water, to be redistributed into a shared bipedal ecology. Firstly, from broken judicial formalism as a Corinthian column, into the spiritual zymology as 99C store plastic grapes, liminal epistemology as cast skull, and lastly the phenomenological clearance sale. These artificial ephemera are evicted residents from prior vanitas painted by Tyler Thacker, sacrificially placed at the altar of judgment here under apparitions of the new. In a theosophical tradition, these four paintings represent the four worlds in a reverse Seder Hishtalshelus, as well as the four seasons creating an annual cycle of life. On the fourth day God created light. Within the quadriptych, our protagonist is fire. Opposed to the morose delectation for its more destructive qualities, fire is the cosmic life-bearer via heat energy and illumination. The bringer of warm data, it is an accelerator of necessary decomposition in order for something intrinsically new to organize. Historically, water is the visualized subconscious, whose bottom evades representation in picture. Consuming Narcissus, slapping against the shore, and cutting through earth. Cunningly, it reflects a reverse image of temporal reality onto its surface, a physiognomical funhouse mirror perpetually in pursuit of its own level while disguising the bounty of fluid depth. This is, however, a superficial isomorphism. As sea levels rise, so does their capacity to contain the whole of terrestrial history, a blue beacon to the interstellar with subaquatic ruins of cosmogony. City Birds, 4KJ accompanies Tyler Thacker's quadriptych, elaborating what happens when you instead introduce a bipedal protagonist into the experiment. Our agent is a pigeon, and a liberal dinosaur of the city. Under the spell of liminality within a flooded and filthy environment, this libidinal agent resorts to scavenging the leftovers of her cancelled cousin, the chicken. Theoretical application of negative interest is popular among the libertines, and frequently dismissed by the more fiscally conservative. To devalue material worth historically aggregated into centralized privacy seems in opposition to Western ambition, appealing to the ego as yet another heretical strategy in the face of survivalism. Until globally actualized, it both works and does not. Negative interest rates refer to a scenario in which cash deposits incur a charge for storage at a bank, rather than receiving interest income. 00wikipedia.com. Furthermore, there is a meta-narrative flowing through all five paintings, one concerned solely with the reterritorialization of oil and other assorted materiality under an accelerated timeline. Where do you think oil even comes from? Out of step with the ongoing cultural Cold War, these paintings share more in common with abstract expressionism than we might assume. Under conditions of low visibility, the place between water and fire is where we currently congregate, where upon closer investigation we can see a million tiny brushstrokes and smell the fresh varnish, still sticky with life. M. Carlos, courtesy of Jonathan F. Saba, CCF Projects.